Hey everyone, this is Alyssa. Here is today's Friday synchronistic message. Let's jump into it. So, today's message is on self worth, and I'm going to give you my spin on it because I know there's many. So, just hear me out for about 4 minutes. So, self worth, let's think about it from the standpoint of what something is worth to you. So, if you go to the store and you see something that draws your attention and you look at it and you look at the price tag, you are going to say in one way or another to yourself whether it's worth it or not. If the bananas are $25, they might not be worth it, right? Everything has a price tag, and we are constantly telling ourselves or calculating what's worth it to us. Is it worth it to spend our time one way? Is it worth it to spend money a certain way? Once you start to notice that, you notice that we play with this a lot. But let's talk about self-worth. So we've thought about it from that angle of worth in general, but let's bring it to ourself. So I think self-worth is another one of those things. I think I say this every week where it can mean it can be really um, it can almost have no meaning to us because it's such like a broad term, right? So here is how it's been kind of falling for me this week. So um, we are unconsciously having self-worth thoughts every day, all day. Any decision we make is kind of boils down to self-worth, how we want to spend our time, how we want to respond to someone, how we truly how we just think about ourselves. And so the way you can kind of start to notice your self-worth is by noticing your thoughts about yourself and just the way you're living. So if you're constantly receiving treatment from people that doesn't feel right, that might have something to boil down to your self-worth. That might be coming down to a self-worth thing that you're kind of projecting onto the world. That's kind of deep, and we can kind of circle back to that. But a few ways to kind of check in on yourself and just be able to like observe what your self-worth might be is genuinely like how happy do you allow yourself to be, or how worthy of happiness do you think you are? Do you think life is meant to be miserable, or do you think you're worthy enough to live a life of joy and happiness, right? A couple other ways would be like I said, boundaries, maybe like the way you allow people to treat you. That's going to be like a direct correlation to what you think you're worthy of being treated like, right? Um, Basically everything. I made a list yesterday of everything I'm worthy of, and it just like kind of astounded me how much it plays into every facet of life. Everything we dream of, everything that's part of our mundane life is it can be better or worse based on what we actually think we deserve. So that's part one. You can start to kind of notice what your self worth might be, and just starting to notice is going to kind of shift it, right? So if you can just start to notice that like, oh man, I clearly like don't have a ton of self-worth in this area. Like I let these people treat me like this and I don't, speak up for myself. Like just notice, and you're going to start to have a lot more compassion for yourself. So the second part though is how do we get self-worth? And I think this is how we get self-worth is directly correlated with how worthy of worth we think we are to begin with. The thing I've been noticing this week is how much my self-worth is tied to things that I think I'm either achieving or earning or receiving from other people rather than just inherently like deserving it. And it's been pretty honestly humbling to realize how much of my days I'm pushing, going, forcing in order to feel like then I can be worthy of XYZ. If I push hard enough, then I'm worthy of rest. Um if I work hard enough, then I'll finally be worthy of money, right? We do this to ourselves all day, every day. It's ingrained in us through our culture. And so to also start to notice that is going to be it's going to be life changing for you because you're going to start to almost break this spell that we're under. You're going to start to see through the lie that we've been believing, and you're going to start to see it clearly for what it is. You're going to eventually one day be like, "Oh my gosh, I'm worthy of this," without working for it, like without making these people believe it. I'm worth it. I'm worth it because it was given to me upon being a soul in this universe, right? Um so I just like encourage everyone to think about all the ways that this might be showing in your life, your self-worth, and kind of in your day-to-day, just notice what you're doing or what you're allowing and what you're saying even to yourself or saying to others, and notice how that might reflect your self-worth. And then secondly, I would encourage you to think about how you are letting yourself receive it. Are you letting yourself receive it freely, or is it something that you are trying to control and manipulate into your life by achieving and mastering and gaining and earning, right? So if we could all just get past that, oh my gosh, I think it would be amazing. So that is it. I hope you all step away today with just like an inkling of knowing that this is true, just like even if it was like the tiniest little part of your heart that resonates, that like is like, yeah, I am worthy of all these things that I want in life, happiness. I am worthy of freedom that I want, or whatever it is that your heart desires. I hope today that you believe to the largest extent possible that you are worthy of it. So I'm sending everyone love and peace. And thank you so much for watching this. Please subscribe and share, and I will see you next week. Bye.